Alright. Now, I really enjoy going back, some would say back to the past, to play the shitty games that are a little bad, but sometimes pretty good. This pack was made by Great Sphinx, who has also a similar affinity for shitty DOS games and quality DOS games, to be honest. There's some weird ones in here, too, that might end up being just kind of like, just really obscure and like, wow, why did this exist? One of those things. One of the cool things about this pack is that there is a launcher. I'm going to show you what it looks like real quick. So I like that. I like that this launcher is set up in a way that I can see what I'm getting myself into, and I can find out what kind of game it is, learn a little bit about it. So this is going to be good. This one does not connect to the internet either. Interesting, right? But I guess we'll just kind of play in whatever random order. Battle of the Eras is first. Wow. It may not be suitable for all family members. So you heard that, fam, my fellow fam. I can imagine people going to watch this and then hearing my fellow fam and then just clicking off. Nerd! Here we go. Wow, that is some realistic blood skulls. Battle of the Eras. Oh man, those textures. Oh my god. Oh my god. This has got some of the weirdest sound mixing I've ever heard. Furrican was once an all-powerful wizard. In his youth, he unleashed his power on society. Now in his old age of 195, Furrican's magic has all but vanished, and his enemies are plotting against him. You get it. Jesus, this is confusing. Got the Minotaur here. Alright. Okay. It's a little aesthetic loading screen here.
Round one.
What the fuck is this?
Fight.
I don't even know if I'm playing. Oh, this is like severely cursed Mortal Kombat. Mixed with like Clay Fighter. That's supposed to be a Minotaur? That's a Minotaur?
Witness.
Come on, fight, get up. Get up, asshole. Maybe I just don't know the controls. But I don't seem to be able to do anything. Everything's like a panned hard left or hard right. I couldn't even fucking hear the voice earlier. That's supposed to be a blood pile? Okay. Ooh. Hang on a minute. I was told to look at the, let me see if I can get to the character select screen. Apparently it's a really good one. Nothing is very responsive, so like if I hit the spacebar, it eventually fades out and goes to a menu. It's not 100% clear that I have any real impact on what the hell's happening. Shojin, look at that son of a bitch. Son of an ancient karate master. Shojin is looking for revenge after the murder of his father, of course. Master. Look at these masters! Gatekeeper was born in London, but it looks like it says London, but later fled to the forest after he spurk against the King of England. He was on the verge of being discovered by the knights when a spirit spoke to... Okay. Is that a badass cyborg? Is that a badass cyborg? It's like a very young, like pumpkin mixed with Matt Damon. And that's not a thing. That's not a figure, that's a rock. A dark half-elf. You know what? I want to see what's going on here. Defend himself, his escape prototype for a cybernetic human. That's all I need to know. Dark half-elf originating from the 8th century. He was cast out of the dark elf community for being a hybrid. Unbelievable. It's a rock. The meat dome, please. Thank you. This game was created by a 14-year-old in 1995, by the way. That's impressive. I'll give him that. That shit's Oh, man. Cyborg outfit. Is that supposed to be a shield? Oh my. I don't know how to throw a punch. Oh, finally, I figured it out. It's Y. You have to press Y. WASD YT. Stop hitting yourself. Oh, it's so incredibly unresponsive. This is a transformative experience. That is amazing. That is amazing. General Dryptud Jagten Johanna. My mouse. Okay, there it is.
Aha! Johanna må være blevet stjålet eller kidnappet. Det er en opgave for
Holy
en
shit.
rigtig general og alle hans venner. Kom med og hjælp mig med at finde Johanna.
It's like one of J.F. Sebastian's toys come to life. These are my friends. Okay. Okay, I'm ready to play the game. What button was that? I got lucky. Never mind. It's gone. It's Alt. Star Trek noise? When you get hit? It's like the scanner in the original series. Like the communicator. Man, I managed to reference both Blade Runner and Star Trek in 1 minute, and they were both relevant. What do you mean you've never seen Blade Runner? I don't know what the hell's going on here. The intro cutscene was the best part. Otherwise, I don't know. Crime wave. Let's do some crimes. Oh no. Oh, this looks like a Burn Cycle-esque game. Possibly crashed. Okay, I'll try again. Yep, that was a crash. Now we're good. No, we're not. Nope, crashed again. I need to see what this game looks like. That title screen is so fucking good. Shit. That was a disappointment. I don't know how to shoot. Oh, okay. I know how to shoot now. And I realized I had a fucking rocket launcher. Look, his leg is still on fire. They just explode into legs. This is, remember, this is kids mode. For babies. Yeah, it's a shitty version of Narc. I like all this stuff happening in the HUD. Like, what the fuck are they, so they're watching this at their base? This is like the big monitor where they, you know, watch what's going on with their star police officer who just blows up criminals with fucking rocket launchers. Bloody, burning legs flying everywhere. Or it just represents the chat. Also, you can't really avoid gunfire. You're more or less just walking into it at all times. You don't have much of a fucking choice. And there's a jump button here somewhere, but I'll be damned if I can find it again. I would have been fine not playing that now that I think about it. Cyber... whatever. What's the name of this? Cyber Antero. Okay. Cox. Oh, fuck has the high score. Just gonna repeat what I heard. Go for the high score. Cox. Cox is huge. Alright, I did it. Wow, what an interesting game that was. Last Rites. Last Rites is next. What a collection. 1997 game. I'm a little afraid. Okay, we're good. Sound card works. Damn. Those nice looking realistic dolphins. Say there's some quality just in that screen right there. That was like, okay, there's the dolphins look good. And this looks like anus. Large numbers of undead gathering in and around sector. It's fine. Is that my squad? They were just like, don't look at me! Know what to say. Oh good, I don't have to say anything. I got hit and the game crashed. Or I got hit and the game intentionally closed itself because it's a realistic game. And it wanted to really, you know, draw you into the world. So this is, I'm gonna skip around a little bit. This is Taco Bell Tasty Temple Challenge from 2000. It's a DOS game from 2000. There you go. Oh no, it's got mouse controls where you move forward by moving the mouse forward. This is like a free computer game that came with Taco Bell in 2000. Is this before or after the Star Wars Episode 1 cups? A chalupa. I feel better already. Man, I sure could go for a chalupa product, TM. With some nice, spicy habanero sauce. Which is reverse-engineered liquid diarrhea. Like, they found the smelliest, stinkiest poop they could find, right? And then they said, well, how do we get from here to there? And then they created the sauce. They made it as tasty as possible. Do we need to see more than that? Not really. I don't know how to pronounce the name of this game. Cheiw? Comedy sound effects. Stock comedy sound effects are really good for— oh, is that a xenomorph? It's a silly xenomorph. That's the attack. It's chewing gum. Kind of reminds me of a worse Lester the Unlikely, which is a very unlikely thing that you'd get a worse game than that, but it could exist. Mega Blondo. Yep. That about sums it up, doesn't it? Music has got some, like, interesting stuff going on, though. I don't know, maybe I'm just weird. I kind of like the melody of the song. It's got, like, an interesting major-minor dissonance thing going on. It's a gum brand game? Oh, so this is— oh, okay. This is like the Taco Bell game, but for gum. Oh, that's cheap as fuck. Oh! Champions of Zulula. I was hoping this said Champions of Zelda. I was hoping for like a bootleg Zelda game, but this is fine. Hey Sphinx, for future note, if you ever run into any bootleg Mario, Zelda, Sonic, Mega Man— well, there's already Mega Man, we played that, but if you ever run into any like bootleg titles that were like unofficially ported over to the DOS, let me know. Oh dear God. the DOS Mega Man was actually official. You know, I try to block that out of my mind, but you're right. It is official. And I guess now we're jumping into it. This is not shareware. Okay. Again, finding the buttons that are used to do anything in these games is like 80% of the challenge. You're a squid now. Barkarf, it's gonna be a dog, isn't it? Versus Jumpy, it's gonna be a rabbit. Nope, I was totally wrong on both accounts. I will bick you to death? What does that mean? What the fuck is this shit? Alright, this is just insane Pokemon. Medieval, like, gladiatorial Pokemon. Oh, there's a jump button. That's interesting. Did not expect that. Didn't oh, and I have a tongue move, too. Your size and strength are useless against me. Cool misspelling. This almost looks like a rock hump. This is gloriously shitty. In all the wrong ways. Yeah, I guess it's exactly what it is you've just seen it. It's a Coliseum game with, like, bloody Pokemon battles with weird fucked up creatures. Let's try, Eyelid sounds fun. And oh my god. There are so many fighters. Living Death. Bloodsucker. Emu Ka. I wonder if it's like an actual emu. It's just this thing again. Reskins. I'm sorry, but I don't believe an eyelid could win, or an eyeball could win against a peck beast. That's just gotta be really fucking painful. The power of the Bic is just too strong. Blood mode. I mean, it's kind of cool. I get to chop off my head. Oh, nice! Nice! That is very interesting. I might have enjoyed that if that's all I had for the computer when I first got one. I mean, I might have played that a little bit. Just checked out all the combinations. It wasn't completely terrible. A little terrible. This is a little terrible. Blood on the floor. So, man, we haven't seen the end of Blood yet. If you thought that game was bloody, this has got blood in the bloody name. Waiting for it to pop up. It's not capturing for some reason. Let's try this. You missed nothing. You missed an intro cutscene for the developer. Volume as much as I can. It's like Star Wars Masters of Terras-Kasai, which is not a good thing. So yeah, it's just brawler dudes, modern brawler dudes with lightsabers. Oh, this music is god-awful. Music is slightly out of key. It's like just weird enough. Wow. Again, I'm trying to figure out how to actually fucking use the lightsaber. I'll stop. I have to stop. I have to stop. I have no choice. Still can't find the lightsaber button. Pressing every button on my keyboard. No lightsaber button. Riker's lightsaber? No, not Riker's lightsaber. That's a different type. I can't. It was Alt in a direction? Okay. Well, that's terrible. Well, now that I figured it out, I win. Okay, now I'm done. No, really. Oh god, I can't play games like that because they make me do stupid things. I'm gonna blame the game. Yes, it was the game that made me do the stupid Okay, I don't know if that was a coincidence, but my internet started to drop and restart while I was playing that game. Dragon Tuka 3D might have destroyed my internet. We're gonna find out, because I don't think that's the case. I really, really can't believe that Dragon Tuka's 3D would destroy my internet like that, but it's a weird coincidence. So let's see what happens. I really might have just been like a temporary, like, internet fart. Or I just got sued by AC/DC. Okay, great. That was a long-ass intro and my internet didn't die, so I'm imagining that what happened was just a temporary internet fart. Holy shit. Jedis. Did that say Jedis? Am I riding a fucking dragon? I mean, it looks kinda cool. You know, until we start dipping down to like 5 frames a second. That is an intense stab animation. The Jedi have 1,000 stabs. Maybe Jedi means something different? Maybe it's like a different thing? Oh my god. I don't really know if I want to continue playing this, because as cool as it kind of looks, that's it. That's all it is. There's a radar, at least. It's a flying dragon. Oh, wait, maybe I could have... Okay, I didn't fly. Maybe I was supposed to fly. Where did you learn to fly? Well, we're not done with dragons yet. Holy shit. I think the cycles are too high. But I like it better like this anyway, so... Doot, 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 doot. Oh my god, that is insane MIDI guitar. Plinins? Oh yeah, I gotta be this one. This one's good. You select with 7 and you press page down to select your character.
Round one. Fight.
Oh, I get it. They're like Transformers, but they turn into dinosaurs. Like their muscles expunge into dinosaur skin. I get it. Haha, I get the picture. I don't think the volume button is part of... Okay then. That's that game. This one is quite suitable to my interests, I'd say. The above address will always be valid, even if I move. Like 30 years ago now. In elementary, dear Data, Data plays the part of Sherlock Holmes. Yep. I will answer 5 questions. What is Dr. Pulaski's first name? I don't know, actually. Oh my god, I don't know! She was the doctor for 1 season, and it was a bad one. Which episode does Gregory Quinn say I have reason to believe there may be something wrong on the ship? Conspiracy? Correct? Oh, I thought it was gonna say sorry? Or incorrect! Fuck you! Well, what was it? Hugh. This is really in-depth shit. Who plays Jean-Luc Picard? Oh, that's an easy one. Someone said, I love Pulaski, how could you hate her? I don't hate her, she just hates Data, which makes me not like her. She's, cagey. And she's supposed to be like the Dr. McCoy, but she's just, it comes across as nasty. I really don't know. I don't know. Alright, well. It turns out I don't know as much about Star Trek The Next Generation as I thought I did. There's also 3 volumes of this. Each volume has 100 different questions, so that was just volume 1. We're gonna do 1 question of volume 3, because, well, you know, why not? There was actually a quiz game that came out on the PC later, hosted by, I think, John Delancey. That was more like a TV quiz show, and not just a multiple choice question thing. Here we go, 1 more question. It's the same game. I don't know why there's 3 separate parts, but okay. Again with Pulaski, what the fuck? I don't know. Hey, I got it right. Noggin Knockers. This is not what I expected from Noggin Knockers. Bloodlust Software presents. Holy shit. The We're Really Bored series. Okay. Now, when you say we're really bored, is it you only made these games because you had nothing better to do? Noggin Knockers. Oh, it makes sense now. You're knocking people's heads off. Look at that crusty art style. Okay, so the classic characters. Zippy. Gut Rip. Halfwit. Bogey. Clubbor. And Cupa. Excuse me? It's Pong! Wow, that was a lot of effort for Pong. Are they talking about their next game up top while I'm playing their other game? I think the person playing believes in Santa. Are they trying to, like, make fun of me? It's an ad for another game. But wait, there's more. There's Noggin Knockers 2.
Thank you, Stumpy, for this marvelous new costume.
You have fallen into the clapper trap.
You swine!
Oh yes, 'tis a magnificent bovine.
No. 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 Yes! Yes! Noggin Knockers!
I've ascended. I am no longer of this earth.
The Great Midget Rebellion begins shortly!
Are you ready for your discipline?
Onward, midget soldiers!
Oh my god.
I will win in the name of the sacred cow.
Oh no!
Hello there, my American friends.
Watch out for falling rocks.
No!
Hello there, my American friends. Top of the world, ma! Somebody give me a hug.
Manslave! Manslave! Manslave!
Oh my god! Oh, holy shit!
Manslave!
That is
Manslave!
incredible!
Manslave!
Holy shit, the way she delivers that line is insane.
Manslave! Naughty!
Holy fuck, man.
So leave her time.
This is all kinds of fucked.
Manslave!
Why am I still fighting her? I don't want to fight her anymore.
Manslave!
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Manslave!
I feel so dirty playing this.
Manslave!
I like how it's expecting me to read all this oh god. It's expecting me to read all this shit while all this craziness is happening.
Manslave!
Manslave! Wow, well that was Noggin Knockers 1 and 2. And that is a fucking... that is an experience. Jesus. Someone said I miss the 90s. I'll tell you what. I don't think I do. I miss certain parts of the 90s, but that was garbage. The funniest part was the excessive violence, fine, fair enough, but the way she says the word manslave is just a thing. But I mean, I wish the game was good to back it up, but it was just fucking Pong. God, that is something. What else? Battle Wrath is next. I'm choking. I had a laugh there that nearly destroyed me. I know, we'll keep the music at 25%, but the sound effects will be at 300%. The mouse keeps moving up on its own. Like somehow the mouse is not working properly in this game.
Round 1.
Not a good sign.
Warriors begin.
Oh man, I can't do AC/DC impressions to this. Okay, that's pretty badass. I'll say that.
Round 2. Warriors begin.
The music does not fit the fucking visuals in the slightest. Then again, the visuals don't fit the visuals in the slightest, so never mind. This might be the worst playing game of the night, and there's a couple clunkers, like real bad ones. That was just impossible to play. This one's called Executioners, which, you guessed it, made by the same people that made Noggin Knockers. So expect a similar level of humor, in quotation marks. There's their trademark character.
Order now.
Okay.
Order now.
Insert is the punch key, but it only punches left. Wait, no, it doesn't just punch left. Order now. Order a different game.
Order now.
Is that what's going on here? Every game is trying to sell me. Every game they make is trying to sell me another game they make.
Go, 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 go.
It's another really, really difficult game to play for about 1,000 reasons. What is that? Is that a little monkey fella? Madame Robertsons has joined the fray.
Go, 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 go.
It's just not a game that I can play because it's so unresponsive and terrible. And you throw a punch facing right and then you face left. It's like, why are you doing this to me? Muta-Antit. Why are the gunshots musical? Why not? Yeah, I guess good point. A lot of things in common with the other games I played tonight. Like, for example, it's nearly fucking impossible to play. Extremely bloody. I like how that person is just hovering. Most people are just hovering. Oh, that's good. Thank you. Thank you. I want you to know, chat, that I'm very happy that I only play shitty games once a week. Thank you. Just wanted to say that. Rebel Runner. Nope, not that again. This sounds so much like Mega Man X music. Wow, who is that cool dude? Was that Rebel himself? Please wait a moment.
Level up!
Oh my god.
Get ready to target! Get ready to target!
It's just me shooting orbs of power and fire at Gorns from Star Trek.
Shortage of energy! Level up!
Are they carrying portable toilets with them?
Level up!
Possibly the worst sound mixing of the night. But no, that's not true. No, I can't even say that because I know that's not true. Maybe the loudest. The music is going mental. It's just full insane. There's no build up to insanity. It just stays insane and gets more insane. I don't know what's going on here. Okay. One of the better controlling games of the night, but I don't want any more of it. Oh, this one I think people are gonna love. It's called Purple Dinosaur Massacre. Oh my god. Oh my god. Based upon the award-winning animation Purple Dinosaur Death, press mouse to play with a mouse, press fire to play with a joystick. Amazing. I thought there was only one Barney, I mean Purple Dinosaur. There's a fucking army of them, and they have jetpacks. This reminds me of so many early Newgrounds games, or like fucking... Yes, I'm gonna say E-Bombs World. Be grateful I didn't say E-Fucked. You know what? Even that, to some extent. I've never been there, though. I've only heard tales of its horror, debauchery, scum, and villainy. Of course. Remember the early 2000s? I'm sure there's a similar game for Teletubbies. So let's see, what's this one? And how much longer am I going to be doing this? Maybe like another 15 minutes? Because I feel my soul leaving my body. This one's called SENTO. More visuals that don't really make any sense to me. Barney had a special amount of hatred. Parents got pissed at it back in the 90s because kids would literally scream when it was over. Really? I didn't like Barney growing up. I was a little bit old at the time, so when Barney came around, I was like, this is stupid. It was the song I hated more than anything, but I didn't realize there was like a specific Barney hatred sentiment. Also, kids hated Barney because they felt like they were being talked down to. But the character is still fucking really popular and, you know, still happening. Oh god. I'm getting heartburn just looking at this. It's good enough. It's a thing. It exists. It's fine. Cheiw is next. Cheiw. Cheiw. ay, 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 ay. It's pretty good so far for an MS-DOS game, right? O and P go left and right. Okay. Oh, this is some weird fucking controls. Q accelerates, O and P go left and right, space shoots. And then sometimes you can't accelerate any further. For no discernible reason. Dude. Dude. I don't know who I'm duding, but no. No, it doesn't work. It doesn't accept my commands. That's why we're gonna play SimCity 6000. I don't remember this one. You were running into shit. No, it got to the point where I was on like a straightaway and it would try to make me go backwards. It was, whatever. It was called, if you want to play it, it's called Tube. I don't know why you'd want to, but good luck. It's just like a sukabia. Someone in chat said Crust City. Yeah, I guess you just make landmarks. Oh, that's the exit button. Zit. X-I-T. I get it. This is a weird one. This is a really weird one. I was expecting something much worse, by the way. I can't, like, clone. I don't know what half of the things I'm placing are. Like, it looks like a nuclear power plant, maybe? I know it's train tracks over there. Rot. What a game. It's just shitty MS Paint and they're calling it SimCity. Angst. Raz's Revenge. Remember when we debated the word edge and tried to figure out what the fuck it meant? What separates edge from dark? We may find out tonight. Okay, noted, Sphinx, thank you. Map. I mean, the music is pretty good. Another corn. The gunplay is just horrendous. It barely works. Also, I love double barrel pistol. Quality gun. So this seems like an automatic weapon, right? Nope. Gotta press the button over and over and over again. My name, Dum, Kup them. Poop, shoot, fuck. Lick. I don't see the appeal. It's just one of those... This is where the term Doom clone came from, which later turned into first-person shooter, but for the first couple years after Doom, it was just shit like that. Lots of it. The volume of these games... Yeah, games, your volume, it's all over the place. This one's called Crystal Maze. Crystal Map. Crystal Meth? Fuck. Wow, this guy is jacked off the map. The crystal map. Sick. Bro, this is... Bro. It's a lot of this. Oh, now we're getting gameplay? Okay, series of unrelated incidents, don't worry about it. But Jacked McChestfuck is here to save the day. A lot of these, side-scroll- oh my god. Dude went, like, Super Saiyan from his crotch. That was the big bang attack of this game. Oh shit. No metal music? Nope. So, sadly, all the metal music was used up in the previous games. Trying to find the jump button. There it is. Isn't that just those things from Ocarina of Time? When you're in the overworld? They, like, become like helicopter onions? Pea hats? Yeah, no, they're just always gonna be helicopter onions for me. Yeah, but they're massive in Ocarina. In Zelda 1, the pea hats are like these tiny things that you can't hit for a little while, but then in Ocarina, they're just like, they scare the shit out of me. By the way, when I first saw a pea hat in Ocarina, I thought that that was like, stay the fuck away from that. Do not engage. And they turn out to be not that difficult, but I was hoping that the field would have more stuff to do. It kind of didn't. Also, again, I'm getting to the point in the night where I'm just like 1,000-yard staring through the computer screen because these games are all like blending into each other. Mr. Pibb. the 3D interactive game. Now, Mr. Pibb, as in the bootleg soda, like the Dr. Pepper thing-ish thing. Well, it's the first day of school, and already you've got problems. It seems that a mad scientist has taken over the school and turned all your friends and teachers into zombies. Now it's up to you and Mr. Pibb to save the day and rescue the school. Good luck. Oh, you didn't see any of that. I could have made all of that up and you would never know. Thanks. How do I not drown? I have to restart the game because I can't find the jump button. Mr. Pibb, much like the brand, is dead. Rest in peace. I think Mr. Pibb is actually still around.
Hey, watch it. Dude, hey, watch it.
I don't understand how this is working, but you know, if it means saving my classmates, sure, I'll burp on them.
Watch it.
So there's like a total of 2 different types of students? Or was this one a teacher? Yeah, it's a teacher, clearly. I look over in chat, people are saying thick tunes. Get out of here. Also, it does look a little bit like Doug up top, doesn't it? What's the dude from The Simpsons? Sideshow Bob? This is why you should always let a stray zombie girl into your home, because they might turn into a teacher, a thick teacher. Yeah, that's Doug after drinking Mr. Dink's homemade Mr. Pibb. Come on, Douglas. Have a sip. I made it from scratch. Gee, Mr. Dink, I don't know. I didn't know you could make soda. I can't, Douglas! I can't! Alright, I guess I'll try it.
That feels better.
Put it in your head!
Oh, that feels better. Oh, that feels better.
I saw that.
Why am I still playing this? Okay, what was the one that you said I should end on, Sphinx? Magic Babies, was it? Blood Monsters 2 or Virtuoso. How about I do both of those? I don't know where I got Magic Babies from. Dryptud. What? I don't know how to properly express my extreme bemusement and bewilderment at this, because I've been playing shit all night and I can't really top my reaction, so I can only explain to you in words that I am... It is green. I get to choose one of 4 names. I'm gonna be Tom Jones. I am bemused. I don't even know if that's a real word, but it could be. Holy shit. Holy fucking shit. Okay. Stop that. Okay, alright, you're breathing into your microphone, I get it. I hate this. I hate this so much. Climping? Or is that supposed to be climbing? Pisty. Guess I won. This is like an alternate dimension game. This should never be... Like, this is Jumanji. Leave it in the sand. Am I though? I don't feel like one. Excuse me? Luke? Aerosmith? Vodmute? Okay. Yeah, we're gonna just stop there. I said I was going to do both that and Virtuoso, but I'm not going to do Virtuoso, not after that. Did you win, Vinny? Oh, I don't feel like I won. No. Far from it. Did any of us win? Not tonight. Well, next time on Ultra MS-DOS QuALiTy MegaPak, my brain continues to get fucked. I mean, I don't know. A lot of these were made by kids. Some of them seemed legit. Some of them were like from a different country. Some of them were just totally misguided attempts at humor. And then there's a William Shatner game in here for next time. So there's so much. There are so many games. Muppet Duck. It's fucking that Virtuoso game. Ice Cream. Hurl. Okay, that's accurate. Yeah, I think there's a lot. Yeah, this is a good collection because there's a lot of untapped potential in these DOS games that I haven't yet fully witnessed. Sure, I've played plug and plays. I've played Android. I mean, I consider Android to be the final frontier. But when it comes to DOS, this is like ancient shitposts. This is ancient scum. But it's a little bit more innocent because they're not just throwing ads. Like, it feels like these people wanted to make games because they wanted to make games. With the Android shit show, the games exist to sell something. Whether it be another game or some shitty product, whatever it is. These feel pure, like the love of making a game, but they also scare me. And I get like really weird, sinister undertones. Very subtle. Except when they're not subtle and they're in your face. But thanks, Great Sphinx. I'm going to have a good time sleeping tonight. We'll continue MS-DOS QuALiTy MegaPak another time. I'm gonna need a clip of Manslave that I can queue up at any moment. All right, let's check the art. Thanks for watching, everybody. Again, charity stream coming up in a couple, like 2 weeks, couple weeks. So stop by for that. Having trouble speaking. This is me after tonight's stream. Also, during the week, I will be playing stuff like more Hollow Knight. We're going to probably finish up Metroid Prime 2. Tomorrow, 10 p.m. Eastern. Sorry, 11 p.m. Eastern. Tomorrow, 11 p.m. Eastern. Boundary Break with Sheeses. Is that how you say that name? She says. He'll be on stream as a guest. We're going to be doing Smash Brothers Melee. We're going to be talking about his gig, what he does, and we're going to take a look at some of the stuff out of Boundaries. So if you're interested, tomorrow night is a bit of a reward for watching lots of Metroidvanias. And once I finish some of the other stuff I'm playing, we can get started on Dong Expansion DLC and some other one-off games that I have in mind. So, tomorrow, 11 p.m. Eastern, Boundary Break collaboration